Good morning, everyone. This is Terry out here. Wanted to talk a little bit about my Yamaha generator. Trying to document all the tools and equipment that I've used and give you guys a little opinion about things. I've not used this a lot, as most people typically end up buying a generator thinking they're going to use it a lot, and of course I bought it and I think the lights have been off maybe 6 times in the last 15 years, and usually it's an hour or 2 or less. I did use it probably 2 or 3 times where the lights were off for 3 or 4 hours, and I couldn't wait any longer, so I took advantage of my generator. But I don't really use it on the job, which it would, that's where it would really shine if you were out building a house or needed this type of generator. This is, when I purchased it, it was one of Yamaha's biggest portable generators. I believe that was correct. This is a, I think 22 horsepower V-twin, fuel injected, 1200, I believe that's 12,000 watts or whatever, or something that it produces. Said I've had it quite a while, so I forget. That's why I've got showing you the picture here. So not sure the runtime on it. I don't think it has an hour meter. Yeah, it does. See if I can zoom in there a little bit. Yeah, I can't really see here. Maybe you can see better with the video. I think it's 6 hours or some limited number. I think that's what it says. So you can see it's very little used. And but when I did use it, it was a good one and worked really well. I had it wired into how I got mine set up. It's out here in my pole barn, and I've got a 50 amp service out here. And then I plug the 50 amp in here, as you can see, into the generator, and so that way it can, it's not overworking. At least that's my thought. The cord. Then it's got all these other regular, like 4 additional 110 or whatever outlets, 20 amp. So it's got a multitude of things it can do. But the way I usually run it, if the electric goes out, then I go into the main house and flip the service panel off, because you don't want to have any backfeed and electrocute a linesman or have any mishaps. So I turn that off even though the electric's out. Then that's on the main switch, turn it all off, the main switch, and then I come out and I fire up the generator. This, like I said, it's usually plugged in over there, but I don't keep it plugged into the machine. Then I plug it in, fire it up, and it's good to go. Hadn't ran in 3 or 4 months and started up. The battery's dead because it's an older battery. I think it's 2016 or 18. It's now 2022. But anyhow, it did fire it up. I put a jump starter on it, probably get a new battery for it. But here's the other side of it, overhead valve V-twin 22 Yamaha. I believe that's Yamaha made. So excellent motor. Have lots of good luck with the Yamahas and Honda motors and Kawasaki. Find them very durable and bulletproof. I think it's got an 8 or something like an 8-gallon, 10-gallon tank, somewhere in that range. And I think it'll run for, I'm not really sure, quite a few hours, 6-8 hours on that at least. Again, depends on the load, because the more you load it, the more it revs up to, use gas to provide the electricity you're needing. So on my little house and shop here, I don't have a big, 5 kids and 3 bathrooms. I don't have any of that, so it's very small, just myself and my wife, and 1 bathroom and stuff, so not a lot of high energy appliances, the typical washer, the dryer, and the stove, and the water heater, I would say, was some of the top 3 or 4 big usage. But then you're not running them. You don't go start cooking when the lights go out and start running all them things to the max. But so I believe this will, at the time it was out, this powered everything that I needed to do. Took a shower, watched TV, and ate, and it did the job. So has little rolling wheels. I think it's about 250 to 300 pounds. It's pretty substantial. It's got great, little wheels, very sturdy. Has a little lock there where you push on the pedal, and so if it's on a slope. So I usually just crack the shop door here and then start it up, and if needed, the cord's long enough, I can wheel it out the door and set it out there. But since it's not really attached to the house, I'm a good 50, 75 feet away from the house, and I don't live in the shop, so it works out quite well. So, but I highly recommend it, and I guess it's also somewhat for sale. As you may know, that's following the channel, that we're planning on moving to the Philippines. So all these things that I'm showing you and talking about will probably be no longer mine in the near future. So I'm kind of sad, or also enjoying that's why I'm making some of the videos, just to say I've had it and this is my experience with it, and trying to share my story and our channel and our lives and different things we've experienced with you all. So hopefully everybody will enjoy that and find something interesting. Try to make everything a wide variety of things. So, but if you're interested in a generator, I think these are about $2,500 to $3,000 back in the day. They may be up or down from there. I know everything seems to have increased, so it's quite possible maybe this is a $4,000 or $5,000 generator today. Who knows? I don't know. Haven't Googled it or looked it up lately, but it's worked for me, been very durable, continues to start. I also run a fuel stabilizer. It's a product I started using here. I'll show you here in a minute. And I use that in all my stuff. Seems to work good, because before I switched to that, like I said, I've been in business about 41 years. I was started having problems with I thought, well, my stuff's not working, my equipment, chainsaw or blower or whatever, weed eater. And what I started having problems with, it was, I noticed on a lot of it, the actual fuel line was being eaten up by the ethanol. I think I'm saying that right. And so I was just shocked, because in my 41 years of business, I've never seen anything like that. So I discovered that 15, 20 years ago or so. And so I switched to that product, and it seems to have eliminated it. So that's what's in this generator. So that's how it ties into the generator. So I put that in there and try to run it every 3 to 6 months and keep it going, then put a little fresh fuel and then add more stabilizer in it. So fired right up. Besides the battery, like I said, put my jumper on it and fired up first kick. I also added you may look into that if you get one or looking at one. I put a inline fuel filter. It used to have an on and off switch up here. And when I first got it, like I said, didn't run it that much, but it kind of surged. The motor wasn't very smooth. And I thought that was strange, so I took the fuel line off from this control valve, the on and off switch that used to be under the tank right here. It was bolted on. And the fuel barely ran out of it. So I took that off and just put the line directly off the tank, and then a fuel filter, and then put my own turn off switch there, that red lever there. so I can turn it off, and now it runs very smoothly. So if you have any issues with your Yamaha generator, if you have one of these or something similar, look into that. It may be able to help you out. So that's something I found. So it's ran perfectly ever since, but for the first year or two it just surged, and I thought, well, I didn't know that a generator, I thought maybe that was normal for it, but it was not, because with that fuel getting full flow, it runs like a kitten, very smooth. So happy with it. I would recommend it. And so if you want to power your house, it does a pretty good job for most homes, at least needed things that you need to run. And certainly on the job site it would be great. Now this, like I said, is a big unit, very sturdy. It's got these bars to wheel, hold on and to wheel it. So it's maneuverable. I get it around, the shop, anything level. I've had it taken it up on my trailer to a job site before, so that just by myself. So you can get around and work with it, but it's not one of them things you just pick up with one hand, or I would say it'd take at least two guys, maybe 3 or 4, to really easily lift it and get it around if you want to not roll it, because these wheels are small. They are very sturdy and they're solid rubber, and they roll good, but if you're on grass or gravel, it wouldn't be that great to get around. So that's the problem. And out on the job site, a lot of times you don't have a smooth surface, so that would be where the issue is, because it is like a 250, 300 pound machine. So that's where we're at on that. That's kind of my opinion. The motor's excellent, which that's what I think of most of the Japanese brand motors. So I've been very happy with them over the years. And so I'd give it probably 9 out of 10. I have limited experience with the generators, but when something just works and does the job when you need it, and 15 years later you go out and click the button, it is electric start, and I click it and it starts in a few seconds. It's hard to argue with that. So that's, like I say with everything, everybody has an opinion. I don't like this blower, I like that blower, and that's great. You're free to like that and not like that. That's why they have Steel and Honda and Yamaha. If you're a Honda man, well, I suggest you get a Honda. I've had almost all of them. So I've had motorcycles over the years. I've owned probably 30 or 40 bikes at least, and of different models. One of the few I haven't owned is a Harley. For some reason it's eluded me to this point, but I've had dirt bikes and ATVs and so forth. So just tying into the Yamaha brand here. So I had a Yamaha Banshee back in the day, and a 87 YZ 250 motocross bike. So numerous Yamahas, Hondas, Kawasaki's, things like that. So I think they make some good products. So that's my time. So please feel free to comment if you care to, and let me know what your favorite generator may be and what you're using and why. I enjoy hearing from others and learning, and open to learning things. So this is just my only generator I've ever owned, and it's been a good one. The little bit I've gotten to use it, it's been very dependable and works good. So that's my time. Have a great day, and I'm heading off to work. So yeah, I'm not retired. All right, thank you.